What's up guys, welcome back or to the channel. Today we are heading back and working on the Jeep again, and we're gonna address the sway bar links because since I've lifted it I still have the stock sway bar and stock sway bar links, and because of that I'm missing out on a little bit of downplay or droop in my axle. So when we go off-roading we're definitely gonna need that little extra bit of articulation. So what we're gonna do is go down there, and today we're going to remove the sway bar links completely. I'm going to leave the sway bar in because if it does drive like a dog and I can't get it down the road, or it's just not drivable, it's just not safe, then definitely I will get some quick disconnects. I will be looking into a Curry anti-rock eventually, but those are quite pricey as you guys know, so I'm not looking to go spend that right now. So we'll do a baseline run, show you guys some maneuvers with the sway bar, with the stock sway bar. I'll take the links out, we'll go back out, we'll do some more maneuvers just to show you guys what it's like without the sway bar, and I'll make my decision on whether or not I'm going to get the quick disconnects. I'm leaning towards getting them right now, but for now I want to go see what it's like. So let's go, let's rip them out and let's go for a drive, then we'll rip them out and then we'll go for another drive. And I know a lot of people that I actually wheel with that run no sway bar at all, front or back, and they don't have any issues. They actually daily drive their Jeeps as well. And honestly, they don't complain. They say that it takes a little bit of getting used to and you can do it. Now, I've never driven any vehicle without a sway bar, so I'll see exactly what I'm getting into once we get into it. But that's the reason why I basically just want to try it out and test my luck and see what happens. And we're not going to go far. We're not going to go on the freeway. We're just going to go in a parking lot, do some maneuvers and see what the body roll is like, and if it's manageable and if it's safe and if it's enough to get me down the road to the trail. Because I don't daily drive the Jeep. I only drive it to the trail and basically back from the trail, and that's it. So we'll see. Let's go down there and let's go for a spin. And I found a pretty decently empty parking lot. So let's go. I'll set up the camera just over here and I'll go up and down this way, hopefully going between 40 and 50 kilometers an hour. So that's probably around like 40 miles per hour, just to give you guys an idea of what it would be like when you're driving on the street and you're just driving at regular speed. Now I know on the freeway it's going to be a little bit different at highway speeds and at going like 60 and above, or going 100 and above in Canada here, but definitely we'll see what it's like, at least here in the parking lot. It gives us a baseline to know how bad it is and how unsafe it gets, if it gets unsafe. So let's go try it out and let's see. And there you guys have it. There's pretty much like a little bit of a test baseline of what it maneuvers like with the stock links and sway bar. Now I didn't actually get it to go 50 in that short little distance there. I was going around 40 kilometers an hour, so I would say that is closer to 30 miles per hour. So it still gives us a little bit of a baseline. I will be testing it more obviously. But first, let's go take it out. Let's see what it's like. And if it doesn't drive good at this speed, then it's not going to drive good at any speed. So let's go see. And honestly, I'm still kind of thinking I'm going to get the sway bar links, the JKS quick disconnects or something along those lines. But let's go rip these out and let's see. You won't know until you try. So let's go. Before we start, what is your sway bar and what does it do? So for anybody that is wondering, your sway bar is this guy right here, and it runs across to the other side and it connects your axle to itself. Basically what it does is when this side of the axle goes down, it will pull down on the sway bar using this link that connects it, and it will pull up on the opposite side. So it kind of helps even out the body, and it doesn't let the body kind of just roll all over the place, and it also helps with suspension travel. Now when you're going off-roading, you want more suspension travel, so you get rid of this link in order for the full extension of your suspension to be able to be used, or your full flex to be able to be utilized. So what we want to do is get rid of these for now, And eventually, if it doesn't drive great, get the extended links with the quick disconnect. So you disconnect them here and you tie them in right around here and they just pin up and you can drive around and you're good to go. But as you can see, mine is sloped down. It should be on a 10-degree slope up for it to work properly. And it's not exactly where it should be. Now, what we need to do is remove this one, remove this nut up here, remove this bolt. Oh, okay. That's how you're feeling, eh? Oh, so whoever worked on this sway bar link last basically didn't really do their job because my shit's all loose. Nice to know. Now let's see the other side. Okay, the other side is a bit better. It's still not the best. There's a little bit of play in it. Don't know if you can hear it, but it's on its way out. And these links are only a year old, so they shouldn't be too hard to get out. That one was way too easy to get out. But let's take it out and let's see how it drives. And it will drive with more body roll. That is to be expected. Right now, basically, when you take a turn, the Jeep moves a certain amount. Now, without the sway bar, there's nothing there to catch it from moving as much as it wants. It just moves as much as the spring will allow it. Here, this kind of catches it, pushes it to the other side, and there's a limit to how much it'll flex. Without the sway bar, there's not too much of a limit to where it'll flex. So let's go, let's see, and hopefully it doesn't cause too much drivability issues, but it looks like they shouldn't be too hard to get out. So let's rip them out real quick and let's go test it. That wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Usually links are really seized in there. You guys saw I had to beat the crap out of the top of them. That's normal. You usually have to do that with ball joints and links. The bottom one, I think I know why it didn't tighten on that one side, and I'm kind of glad that I took them off today because now I can address this issue if I do go to replace them. But let me show you guys. So first thing, the bushings already after 1 year, I guess because I've been off-roading it and we took a couple jumps, the bushings are already splitting and just giving up and cracking. So yeah, these don't last very long. They were AC Delco. This bushing looks a little bit better, but still I wouldn't, I don't know, like this one doesn't have much life left to it. You can tell it's brittle. And these guys, these bolts, yeah, that chewed up bolt there that looks like an ancient railroad spike is actually what was holding those in. And those were at the bottom, holding them in at the bottom of the link. So right about here, this bushing would be inside there and this would go through there. So basically what we're looking at here is there wasn't very much room left for the nut to grab on this one. So it was kind of grabbing where it could, but you can see the bolt's not even straight. It's like stretched, it's curved, it's rusted, it's pitted, it's got all the threads eaten off of it. So I'm not surprised that they weren't holding in place. But it's a good thing that we have changed it, or we've taken it out now, and we can change it if we need to. But that's horrible. I've never seen that before in my life. And it's sad to say, but I actually know the reason for this. And I know the mechanic that I took it to when I first got my ball joints, my hub bearing, my links, and a few other things done. And I cannot believe that this guy would actually throw that back in there. Like, I knew he was a shit mechanic after how much he charged me for everything and the job that he did, and he didn't even grease half of the stuff. But after looking at that, this is the main reason why I don't like taking my stuff to people and my vehicles to other people's shops. And I try to do most of the work myself, because not only do I not trust them to do it properly, but you get overcharged. People put things that are unsafe back on your vehicle, and it's just sloppy. Like, how much is it gonna cost you to throw in a new bolt? $1, $2? Like, literally, like, I can't fathom why people would do stupid shit like this, but at least we caught it before anything dangerous happened, and now let's go for a drive. But hopefully you guys can use some of my videos to aid you guys in repairing your own stuff, because this is just nuts. And if this is the kind of stuff that's happening out there at workshops, I'm gonna start calling people out, because this is stupid, and we can't have people going out there getting work done on their vehicles thinking it's good to go and then having crap like that. I don't really have words for it. But let's go, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's see what it's like now after we've taken the links out. Okay guys, we are back here at the parking lot, and honestly, driving in here, that short little distance, I actually like it better. I can't lie. It has more body roll, yeah, but I don't get bump steer, which I didn't really have before. It wasn't really an issue, but it did kind of still, every now and then when you hit a big pothole, it would kind of send you off a little bit, but not anymore. I think that is due to the sway bar not being attached, because one side being pushed down would kind of move the other side, and it kind of makes you jump over a little bit, and that kind of has that bump steer effect, and I don't get that at all anymore, so that's a plus. Going around corners, it's not that big of a deal, really. You get used to it really quick. You do feel a little bit more body roll, but it's not like crazy, the end of the world, you're not going to be able to drive it. Honestly, I don't mind it that much. Now, I'm not going to go nuts and remove the rear sway bar, because that is a little bit too far for me right now, maybe in the future, but it honestly drives fine. And if you guys have ever watched any of my off-roading videos, my buddy with the JKU, the guy who has the 6-inch lift and 42s, he doesn't have sway bars in the front or the rear, and he drives that thing everywhere, and he's never had an issue. Like, he has three-wheeled it in parking lots, but on purpose. And honestly, it drives fine. So let me get out, I'll set the camera up, I'll show you guys how it drives, and you guys be the judge. Let me know what you think, and then I'll take you guys for a short little drive. Yeah, I'm sure it looks a lot more hectic than it actually is, but it wasn't that bad. It's really not that bad. Yeah, but let's go for a short drive. I know it's going to be harder for me to show you guys from inside the vehicle because I'm holding the camera, but I'll do my best to kind of portray what the body roll is like from inside. And I'll also go across the street. If you guys remember, we tested my light bar over there. Let's go over there real quick and let me see if I can find like off kilter, like a spot where I can show you guys just what that does when you remove the sway bar. I'll do a little donut here, not a donut but a U-turn, just like a circle, and you guys see it's got a bit of body roll, but it's not that bad. And it's throwing rocks at my window, so maybe we shouldn't do that, but it's really not that bad. And I can go over here and show you guys sort of what that does for you when you get rid of that sway bar link. Let's see if that's a good spot. So you can kind of see here how this side is a lot more drop down and the Jeep is level. So you can see how that tire kind of tucks itself in because the axle is now free to move without the body being attached with it and moving the body, because the sway bar is attached from the axle to the bar to the body, and it's attached to the body at these points right here, right on the frame, and that's basically what gives you that body roll. So when that side goes up or this side goes down or vice versa, it wants to even out the other side, but it also brings the body with it, so it kind of gives you that whole body roll. And this eliminates the body roll when you're not on the street, so it helps when you're on the road, which it's great for. But when you're off-roading, you don't want the sway bar, and this is basically what it helps you with. It helps you articulate a little bit better so that you can see now we don't have that entire body roll whenever the axle wants to move up or down. So for now, I bent it out of the way over here, but what I'm gonna do is move it up and attach it over here with some sort of either a bolt or just like wire ties or something, just to get it out of the way. But for now, you guys can see how much more room you get to play with. I know there isn't really anywhere here I can really show you too well because it's all flat mostly, but you kind of get the idea there. And when we go off-roading, you guys will really see it in action and how much better of articulation we get off-road. Okay, no snow, but I found a pile of dirt. And now I can kind of give you guys a little bit better of an idea of what I mean. So you can see how the axle is drooping and the body is kind of staying pretty much level. It's basically not level because of the rear. The rear is starting to already kind of get off camber here. But now you can see how we get a lot more articulation and a lot more drop, and the body stays relatively straight. So yeah, that's pretty much why I did it, and so far I'm pretty happy with the results. Now let's go on a little short drive and I'll show you guys what it handles like on road. So we're back now, and honestly it doesn't drive that bad, but I'm not 100% decided that I'm gonna stick with no sway bar or no sway bar links. So for now, what I've done is used a couple of wire ties just over here right through the frame rail, and sorry about the flicker, it's just the way that the light is picking up on the camera. But over here, yeah, just basically a wire tie on each side. It's in the stock position now, so the tire's not gonna hit it and it's not dragging underneath here. But for now, I know it's a little janky, but it should do the trick. And I do have extra wire ties that I will be keeping inside the Jeep for myself, just in case if I'm off-road and I do end up ripping it off. But for now, it should be okay. It is in the stock position, basically. As you can see, it lines up with where it would be mounted. So for now, I think that's why I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna drive it around for about a week or two, see how it is, see if I can actually manage with it, just use the Jeep as I normally use it, take it on the freeway. But so far so good. I haven't really had any issues. I don't really mind it, and I kind of enjoy that I don't get the bump steer anymore. Now, I will mention, I'm not recommending this for anybody. This isn't a tutorial. This isn't go out there and do it for yourself. If you're doing it, do it at your own risk, because I'm not telling anybody to remove their sway bar and go driving around. But if you've watched my video and it's something that looks like it would work for you, do it, but I didn't recommend it. So this is just basically to show you guys the before and after, to show you what it drives like. And I will drive it around for about a week or two, and I'll post you guys an update video just so you know exactly what it's like and if I enjoy it or if I'm gonna go with those quick disconnects. Because one day I want to get the Curry anti-rock, but that's a little pricey right now, so I think I'm gonna go with the disconnects. And those have their ups and downs as well. Unless you're perfectly level, they don't want to go back on, they fight you. And I'll see if I want to go that route. So if it's not that great driving it on road for the next week or so, I will probably order those in and I'll post that video. But I'll give you guys an update and let you know how bad it is or how good it is and how I find it after driving with it for a bit. So check out that video once it's up. And if you're new around here, jump down there, hit that subscribe button, because trust me, there's lots more good content coming your way. So hit that notification bell too, because you don't want to miss any of it. I'm going to be taking this thing off-road. We'll be testing out the new setup without the sway bar with the new tires. I still haven't taken the new tires off-road. And we will be putting on a few more mods. The mods are never done. It's a Jeep, right? So that's just the life, I guess. But thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you guys for watching. I will let you guys know how it works out for me, and let me know what you guys are running. Let me know if you guys are running a sway bar or a quick disconnect or an anti-rock, or what it is and how it works for you. And maybe I'll try out what you guys are running. So drop me a line, drop me a like if you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, ride safe out there. Peace.